Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 6th round of the V8 League Championship for 2020. Tonight we're racing from Townsville. It's round 6 of 10. We've got 3 laps, 3 races tonight. First race is a short one, 13 laps. And second one's 17 laps, and that's reverse quali results. And then the third race will be an accumulation points of the first 2 races with 34 laps. Quite an enduro, so we'll probably see pit stop strategies in this one, because we'll definitely need tyres for this circuit. We are at Townsville, Reed Park circuit. Current temperature's 32, but that's about to climb as we heat up. The track is rubbering up at the moment, so the guys are out in quali. And we'll just join them live. So on screen at the moment, we've got Anthony Bismer in the Coca-Cola Team Sydney entry. He's on his outlap at the moment. Quali's just started. It is a 10-minute quali session, so all the guys should be out on their outlap, I should say. And these guys can't actually see each other on the circuit, so they do have the whole circuit to themselves. They're not going to get balked or distracted by any other driver, so they've got the whole circuit. Times are quite quick during practice, so we'll see if they can do one better in quali. Tonight we've got Trent Grabell in the Racecentre entry. Daniel Opedisano, he's changed vehicles. You can see him brake checking, warming up the tyres on his outlap. He's moved over to the Boost Holden livery. We've got 2 Boost vehicles. One's the original Team Sydney vehicle, and we've got the other Tickford Mustang. Alright, that's Daniel Opedisano. James Delaney, between Daniel Halil and James Delaney, they were all scrapping for the lead last week, and it won't be any different this week as well. Bradley Martin for the Aces Mustang. He's on his first flying lap. Thomas Foster for 23 Red Racing, Milwaukee entry. He dropped off the pace a little last week, last round at Kyalami. So hopefully Townsville, he'll be back up the front to contest against Opedisano, Halil Caesar and Delaney. Another contender who did really well last year as well was David Baker in the Shell car. He finished the round 2nd last year, so he's keen to repeat it this year, as that was his best result. So he does love this circuit. So hopefully we'll see him up there at the end of the round. We can see his times are a bit off. It's not his best, so he'll probably come round for another flying lap. Halil Caesar's still in the garage, but he's actually on pole. Fastest lap of the race quali so far with a 108.951. Further down the pack, we've got Arik Galatian. He's warming up his tyres as well. I think he's just on his outlap at the moment. This one won't be his flyer. Nathan Mannix has had to change cars as he had a bit of technical issue with the Castrol Kelly Racing vehicle. We'll probably see him back in that same car next round. Expect to see him up the front, the top 6 I'd say. Further down the back in the court drive, it's David Borg. He had his best result last week at last round at Kyalami, so he's hoping to improve today. Bryce Riley in the Monster Energies. As we watch the real guys, Cam Waters is flying that flag really well. And hopefully Bryce can get it further up the front tonight. Ross Licciardi, here's the other Boost Mobile in the Ford Mustang. Beautiful livery. And Ross is actually cousins with Daniel Opedisano in the other Boost vehicle. So, bit of a family affair there. You can see Foster's not doing too bad. He's on a PB. The green sectors are lighting up. Hopefully he'll come round to post his flying lap. 4 minutes to go. We'll probably get 1 or 2 laps in. Looks like he really bombed the last sector there. 2 seconds off his PB, or off the personal best. And he stays in P12 with a 113.693. Troy Cieslowski in the Ned Mustang for Kelly Racing. He's currently on a 118.681. So he'll probably get 1 or 2 more flyers in. So we're seeing Bismer up in the top 6, which is a good effort from him. He's really improving each race as we go along each round. See the front end dipping there, getting a bit squirrely under heavy braking. Trying to look for purple sectors or green sectors to show you who's hot and who's not. Hillel's back out on circuit, still on pole with his 108.951. Closest is Daniel Opedasano with a 109.161. He's not really on a flyer at the moment, but hopefully this is coming into his second last lap with only 2.5 minutes to go. James Delaney currently P3. He's on a 19.321, so not much more to get, but Hillel's definitely a couple of thousandths of a second up the road. Okay, so he's got fastest second sector of the session so far. He's half a second off on the first sector, but it was a PB, so this should see him jump into P2, get on the front row of the grid. You can see the track rubbering up more, bedding in, so the grip will improve. This week we've changed the fuel strategy, so we've allowed them to lighten off the fuel loads as there's no actual fuel usage during the race. So that they were carrying about 111 litres, which is generally 111 kilos extra. So this tight street circuit is important to keep the load light. So we can see James Delaney did move up into P2 on the front row, relegating Opedasano back down into P3. That's not a major issue, as these three will be fighting hard. It's going to be a big race to the... As you can see, Opedasano really lighten up the rears there, pushing everything. He's definitely on the pace. He's very close to getting pole lap here. And with only 54 seconds, the other guys won't have much time to respond. You'll see him rounding out turn 12, going up into turn 13, the last corner of the circuit. Hopefully he's still on a flyer. Gets on the gas early, pushes it hard. He's got to beat a 108.951, and he does it. Excellent job. No, sorry, he's moved into P2. Wow, that's a tight gap with the front three. But he stays in P2. Okay, Thomas Foster's in the garage. Anthony Bismer's great effort. He's up in P4 at the moment. So it's going to be a ding-dong battle coming into turn 1. As you can see the checkered flag, which means the end of the quali session. But Bismer's still on his flying lap. It looks like he crossed the line just in time. camera. Is he on his hot lap? Oh, and he's cooked it. Coming out of turn 8, turn 9, so that'll be his best for tonight at P4, which very, very good effort. Most of the guys are retrieving to the pits now. No one else is on fire. No, Ara's given up. Alright, they're going to have a quick little break. Just show up the qualifying results. As you can see, LLCs are taking P1 with a 108.951. P2, Daniel Bolsano, 108.991. Behind him, James Delaney with a 109, pretty much flat. Anthony Bismuth, great effort again in the Coca-Cola entry. Thomas Foster, P5, David Baker, P6, Nathan Mannix, P7, Bradley Martin, Eric Alagian and Bryce Foyle rounds out your top 10. Not too sure what's happened to Trent Rubel, but we'll see him fly through the pack at the start of the race. Alright, I'm just going to check up on the boys. Make sure they're ready to go, and we'll just go to a couple of commercials. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The guys are just gridding up at the moment. Okay, so we're out on a formation lap. So LLC's and Daniel Pisano front row of the grid, James Delaney, second row. Thomas Foster starting on P5, next to him David Baker in the shell entry. Nathan Mannix in P7 and Bradley Martin. Those four guys will be battling quite well this race. Eric Alagian starting on P9, Bryce Wright in P10, David Bull P11, Ross Licciardi P12, and the rear of the grid is Lasky and Trent Bell. Just going to make sure Trent's actually, yep, he's in the race, so we'll see him climb up. But this is a tight circuit, so hopefully we're not going to see too much carnage at the start of the race. tyres weaving, just getting the tyres warm, it does make a difference. This is probably Anthony Bismar's best quality position, best starting position, so we'll see how he handles it up the front amongst the big boys. Hopefully we won't get too much of a pile up in turn 1. Okay, guys need to lock in the grid position. Okay, we can hear the revs rise. Waiting for the green light. Green, 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 off we go. Looks like Daniel Pisano's got a good jump, and so did James Delaney from the second row of the grid. He splits him in 3. Come in 3 wide at the kink. Under heavy brakes, he's braking, let go, and on the brakes again, he's squeezed out. Pisano further back, I can hear some drivers. It's Delaney with the lead. Pisano P2, Halil Caesar, Thomas Foster P3. Not too sure what's happened at Bismarck. He's down the back once again. Delaney's getting a bit nervous there, taking the curves a bit too much, unsettling the car. You see Thomas Foster on his own, Bradley Martin, and the next bunch. As David Baker comes out of the line and blocks Trent Gravel as he tries to make the pass. David's doing everything to protect the line. Trent's all over the back there. We've got an accident down the back. David Morgan. It's David Morgan, Ross Licciardi there. Not too sure where to look at the moment. There's plenty of action happening. As we see Delaney up the front, lighten up the sector times as he's not really stretching too far ahead. It's going to be a tight battle between these three. 13 laps, 2 laps down. That looks like Anthony Bismar's pulled out of this one. Maybe he's suffered too much damage out of the turn 1 incident. If he was involved in that, I didn't quite see what happened there. There's battles going on all over the shop here. We've got Mannix, Baker and Grubel. Going up the inside there. Getting up to Baker just needs to settle down, find his groove. Start going wide there. Not much time. We've got the front on board with Bell. He's trying to get through Nathan Mannix and then Bradley Martin. Hard into turn 11. It is a low gear corner, so tries to like line it up around there. Turning on screen back up to the last turns, we see Mannix protecting the inside line. Bell coming down the outside as he takes Mannix. front we see Delaney and Obadasano. Hello Caesar further back in the Coolamass entry. Just dropping up a little bit, but he's still in touch. Thomas Foster further back as well. Quite comfortable in P4 at the moment. Bradley Mudd doing an excellent job in the top 5. Probably have Trent Bell coming up behind him soon as he's within a second. He's gaining quite heavily. Further down the back, got Ara Kalajan in P9. He's got Bryce Royal a couple of seconds back, and right behind him we can see Ross Licciardi in the Boost Mobile. Trying hard to get to the back of Bryce Royal there in the Monster Energy car. David Borg suffering a bit of damage after that incident on turn 13 as he's circulating P12. Wojciechowski, fastest lap of the race is 1:23, so he hasn't really got a smooth lap in at the moment. He's doing his best to try and improve there. Back up the front, the lead is starting to stretch. We see Daniel Obadasano just overcorrecting there. Be interesting to see if the tyres hold out as he gets really close to the wall, trying to get on the gas early. They really need to. Oh, just missing the wall there. We see Licciardi just gaining a place up in a P9, P10, passing Pelagian as he makes a mistake. Obadasano's got the fastest lap of the race. He's finding it hard. We're just about to come up to the back markers. We see Wojciechowski in the foreground. This will either make or break for Obadasano as he'll find a good opportunity to pass. It's very hard to pass, and James Delaney's going to make his track even wider. Troy's trying to stay out of the way, slowing down in a back there. It's not best place. There's not much you can do there. He's done a good job to try and stay out of the way, and you can see Hill gets a good run into the turn 11 and 12. As I say, that is just tripped over the back marker. See Troy coming in for his 7.5, I think. He's got a good run on the outside, but James has still got the inside line, so he's safely given that position back to Daniel. You'll know he'll get another opportunity throughout the race. So Daniel takes the lead from James Delaney. We'll see it back in P3, the last entry. Very nice livery there. Thomas Foster. P4, and we've got Trent Bell moving up the ranks too, so he's moved from the back of the grid up into P5. Very impressive job there as he chases down Foster. Johnny Martha's still quite comfortable now in P6, but right behind it we've got Mannix and Baker battling it out. They're still together the whole race. See Baker trying to get on the inside, but he has to yield. He might get it under brakes here. Baker's just put the car up in time to maintain P7 with David Baker. takes the tyre line. Taking it first quite heavy. Just dropped off a little bit. The gap's 3.3 seconds, so with only 4 laps to go, I'm not too sure whether he'll get back up the front with that. Delaney getting nice and tight. Brakes down the lane straight. We go and on the Simon's. Right up. Gas. Back in P4, we've got a battle. And as I say that, Trent Grappel's squeezed up the inside, but he's overshot it, but protected that line anyway. And he takes P4 from Thomas Foster. Looks like Trent Grappel's moving up to the back of Halil in P3. The gap is 3 seconds, so I'm sure that's safe at the moment, but Trent is flying with a 110.3 at his best lap of the race. Thomas Foster trying to come back on the inside there under brakes. Just needs to keep his cool, move up to the back and choose his spot where he can outbrake and take back the position of P5. Is this allowing Bradley Martin to move to the back? No, that's a fair bit of time there. Back to Bradley Martin in P6. And further back it's still Mannix and Baker in P7 and 8. You can see him really hooking on the left hand side there. They switch back, David's taking a different line. Oh, small patch of wall, this allowed Baker to move up to the back of Mannix here. Go up the inside, show the nose. Mannix is still playing cool, but he's outbraked himself again, hit the wall. Baker's taken P7 back from Mannix. Mannix has just got to get back on the track and not lose another position. And Licciardi is also moved up into P9. Okay, so I got Ross Licciardi. We've just seen Brad Martin taking Tom Foster, so it looks like the tyres are starting to get old as Foster gets brought up with the back marker Aracalagian in the Penrite entry. Ross is on his flying opening sector of the race. We've got another penalty for Aracalagent, probably not serving his penalty in time. He needs to focus. We're on the last lap, so Daniel Opedisano, and you can see James Delaney smoking up the rears. I'm not too sure. This is the last lap. Delaney really trying to get on the back, and it's too wide. 2 into turn 2's not turn 3 is not going to go. But Delaney's trying to force the issue, making Opedisano turn tighter. This is a great battle for the lead again. These two never disappoint. We're on the last lap, and this is for the lead. They're right on the back of each other, so James Delaney was taking his time there, trying to get a good run. Now the switch back at T7 and T8. Got Price well. Gap there, Daniels hit the wall. Turn 11, will Delaney get up the inside, make a dive on the final corner of the race. He tries, but you can see the car out of control there. Looks like Daniel's going to get a nice smooth run and take the win. And Delaney across the line, P2. LC is at P3. Tranquil Bell, P4. Bradley Martin coming out of the final turn now in P5. Great job from him. And Thomas Foster probably suffering from old tyres there. He crosses the line in P6. Who's going to win the battle? Mannix is back up in the P7. He's got it back from Baker. It's side by side, but it's Mannix crossing the line just ahead of David Baker there. That's 7 and 8. David Borg back in the pits. Ross Licciardi as well. Aracalagent. So, race results. Okay. Daniel Opedisano for the win, just ahead of James Delaney. Great battle there. Hello Caesar in P3, Tranquil Bell P4, Bradley Martin P5, Thomas Foster 6, Nathan Mannix P7, David Baker P8, David Borg P9, and Ross Licciardi in P10. Aracalagent finished in P11, Bryce Royal, Troy Cieslawski, and then Anthony Visma. Okay, so we're going to just set the grid for the second race, which is going to be reverse quali, and it'll be a 17-lap race. Just going to go to a commercial while the guys settle themselves. Yes. Yes. Oh. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Okay, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for race 2. 17 laps. Reverse grid of qualifying results. Okay. So starting from pole will be Trent Gravel. As he failed to qualify in the opening qualified session. Okay, Trent Gravel is starting off P1. Troy Cieslowski from P2, Ross Licciardi P3, David Borg P4. Third row of the grid, Bryce Royal next to Ulrich Kalajian. Then we've got Bradley Martin and Nathan Mannix. P9 will be David Baker, Thomas Foster, Anthony Wismar, James Delaney, Daniel Oberasano and Halil Caesar. Once again, this is the reverse grid of the quali result. So it always makes it interesting for turn one. So I'll probably be looking halfway through the grid, making sure everyone gets through turn one cleanly and safely. As Trent Gribel did well to stay out of trouble in that first race, he'll probably show a clean pair of heels, getting a good start off for this one. We'll have to see the other guys chase him down for the results if they want to take P1. Okay, so we're lining up at the grid. We've got Ross Licciardi just moving into position now. Then the grid will start. Getting a good start, so is Nathan Mannix in the background. Looking at mid-pack, it's going to be 4 wide as we see a few get together in the back there. Looks like a bit of a pile-up. Okay, what we're going to do, we're just going to restart that race and I'm going to give everyone a quick talking to. Meanwhile, we're just going to go to a commercial.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Guys, hold your line. Alright? That was a clusterfuck. Don't forget tires and fuel. And it's another... With thanks to our sponsors, Julie and James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case, black patent leather strap and red stitching, date calendar and 100 minutes. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julie and James. Stay there, David. You entered too late. You got 40 seconds to get on the grid. Seconds, hurry up. 40 seconds is more than enough.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way. Crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian Whiskey.
Okay, I apologise about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're just restarting the grid, so we need to another formation lap. Starting order again. Just recap, it's Trent Rappel and George Starsky off the front, Ross Licciardi, David Ford, P3 and P4. Vice Royal in P5, Oracle Agent, P6 Rally Martin P7, for Aces Ford Mustang, Nathan Mannix P8, P9 will be starting David Baker, Thomas Foster in P10, Anthony Bismuth for the Coca-Cola, James Delaney P12, Daniel Pensano and Phil Caesar for the Cooler Master. His purple Cooler Master livery. Okay, so the guys are going to make their way around to the grid once again. Trying to warm up the tyres just before they get to their box. Apologise if I was shouting before, I need to yell over the V8s in here. As we've got 5 drivers in the shop. Okay, ready to go. Lights are on. Green, Trent Rappel getting a good start. James Delaney making his way through the back there. It's almost 5 wide, hopefully we can get a clean run. So Trent Rappel, David Ford in P2. Bit of a mix up back in turn 1, but they got off a lot cleaner than the race before. Patient. It's a tight track with a lot of cars. And there we go. Nathan Mannix getting cleaned up. James Delaney, not too sure if he was involved, but he slowed up for the driver there. We can see Brad Martin trying to make use of the slower cars as he gains a position up into P9. Anthony Bismuth close behind. Up the front, Bryce Royal up into P4 doing a great job. To say that, it's commentator's curses. He's hit the wall and forced into the pit lane. Maybe he's serving a penalty. Back up the front, it's David Ford P2. Trent Rappel out in front, 5 seconds already ahead of David Ford. Oracle Agent. Here comes the faster cars already in P5, 4, 5 and 6. It's a usual trio. Where's Tom Foster? Expect to see him up the front there. They're all on green sectors at the moment. Trent Rappel currently with the fastest lap of the race with a 1:15.9. That was just the opening lap. So these 3 will be making their way through the pack. David Ford, Oracle Agent doing a great job out the front. As you see, him getting swamped by the faster cars there, but he's done well to maintain his line. David Baker up the back there, I can see, battling it with Anthony Bismuth. These 2 managed to get together. As they're side by side going into the final turn, turn 13. Basically going nice and tight, but Bismuth's got a nice run around the outside, coming up to the back of Ross Licciardi. Oh, Khalil's been clipped in the back there, losing a few positions. Down into P12. Not sure what happened there. Has one ball with Oracle Agent. Still in P4. Looks like Delaney Pelagian just getting it lit up on the rears. They really need to look after their tyres on this one. Ross Foster moving up the ranks now. He's up in a P7 on the back of Bradley Martin. Taking the tyre line while Brad Martin gets some momentum on the outside so he doesn't light up the rears. We can see Nathan Mannix coming to join the party. Arrow Pelagian in P5, David Borg trying to get back on the back of James Delaney in P3. Rebel stretching out the lead, actually it's been reduced to flat 4 seconds now, it was 5.5 about 1 or 2 laps ago, so this will be interesting to see. Looks like we've got a bit of lag issue at the moment. Levitating cars, but Arrows just clipped David Borg as he continues on, as he's got Martin right on his back. Thomas Foster wanting to clean up, and he does as he makes the move. Gets the job done up in the P5. It's getting a bit rough here, this is all for position. There's no one giving way at the moment. It's 3 cars sandwiched into each other as they all get out of turn 13, different speeds, and it's a sprint race down at turn 2. This will be interesting as we're on board with Nathan Mannix now. Martin and Foster, this trio will be a good battle, and we've got Pelagian up the second behind as well. Not too sure if the guys are going to pit or just change tyres, whether they chose soft or hards for this race, as the same tyres were closed after race 1. Up on board with Foster, right on the back of Brad Martin there in the A6 Mustang. Not too sure if there's much of a draft down here, but not seeing get on the back of Martin, but under the brakes he'll come out and try and make the move, but that's a long way back, but Martin gives him plenty of room to get the job done. Good 3-car battle here. Mannix has just lost it. He's locked up the rears under heavy braking and he's snapped it straight in the wall. He hasn't dropped the position, unfortunately, but Ura's there trying to make it, and here we go with David Baker trying to get on the back of Mannix. He's outshot it there, trying to get on the gas in the grass. These three in a ding-dong battle, swapping paint. Pelagian lighting up the rears again. Here comes Baker. See them lighting up the rears. Nathan Mannix just locking it up too much. He needs to move the brake lights, I'd say, but we'll go back up the front. Up the Sano. Just to recap, we've got Trent Grabel 6 seconds ahead. He is stretching that lead. As we see, Opposano and Delaney really slowing each other up, trying to gain that second position, advance themselves in the round points. It's battles Legion and Baker. And here comes Mannix back on the back. That's Troy Jaslowski blocking up the rears again, but Mannix is still in trouble. Trying to get those tyres to work for him as Legion is just keeping it cool. Here comes Anthony Bismer in the background. He suffered badly in the first race, and unfortunately because of the reverse grid he started at the back for the second race, but he's moved up a few positions as he's now in a P9 from P12. Starting to spread out a little bit. We're seeing a few guys come into the pits for tyres. Ross Licciardi rolling through the lane at the moment, so we see Trent Grabel taking us into lap 9 of 17. Tricky exit here as it throws it right into the king. If there's any faster drivers joining the circuit, it makes it quite tight down there. So Licciardi opted for fresh tyres. Hopefully he can gain a few positions with better rubber. We see Delaney and Oppidosono still neck and neck. Coming up back at Jaslowski again. Unfortunately he just got tapped. He got punted straight in the wall, and as Delaney and Oppidosono neck and neck down this. Looks like Delaney's going to get on the inside of turn 11. And Oppidosono's trying to do the switchback, but you can see he's trying to get on the gas a bit too early, and it's just lost the rears. Might get a good run out of the final turn 13 and get it at the end of the straight here. So brakes, but Delaney too strong. Will he run wide and allow Oppidosono to come back? No, he's held it quite well. So heading to turn 3, tight right-hander, no real exit, it shuts off immediately. Next left-hander's off camber, so you really need to back off and just get slight power on so you can get over the wall and not upset the car too much. All about balancing the cars and braking, especially here. You've got to take some of the curve to make the car turn and get into that double right hander. It's a long right hander coming back into the main stadium towards the main straight. Double kit entry on the right hand side. James just locking up the rears, but getting on the gas to set off the rears down again. He gets a good exit out the final turn. So it's Grubella dominating out front with a 6.6 second lead. Not really being troubled by anyone, and Delaney P2, Oppidosono P3, Foster in P4. He's 6 seconds ahead of Bradley Martin, and Baker and Mannix at it again, swapping turns as they go down the main straight for lap 11. So it's Baker, Mannix and Bismarck trying to come up behind them, make it a three-way. And Aracalagian in P9. David Morg P10 with Trent about to lap him. And he gives way as Trent takes up the inside. Nice work. Ross Licciardi currently in P11. He's on his fresh rubber, so he's got about 6-7 laps to gain on Borg and Kalajian maybe, and finishing inside the top 10. Same with Bryce Royal, but we just see him locking up and getting out of control as the leaders are coming through. Troy Jaslowski and the Neds Mustang Racing. Like he's got some sort of issue there, slowing up for turn 1, and Khalil's pulled out of the race. Not too sure, maybe some mechanical damage. Looks like Delaney's lost his rear wing, so he's got no rear downforce, and it looks like a standard domestic Holden Commodore, and he's lost 2 positions, so he's either got to pit, get that fixed. We can see he's struggling for rear grip in P4, but he's got 6 seconds deficit to Bradley Martin in P5, so he's best just to stay out on track and keep his nose clean with 5 laps remaining. We've got Bradley Martin chasing him down with David Baker and Nathan Mannix close behind. These two are going to be like this all night, I assume. These guys enjoying their battle. Bismar's not too far behind, he is closing, and it's a 3-second gap back to Bismarck, but he's got to get through Bryce from some back markers first before he can join them, but you can see them in the foreground there. It won't be too long, we'll check back towards the end of the race there. Looks like Foster's moved up into P3 quite comfortably. Brad Martin has taken it and James Delaney is in the pits. They're changing his tyres, but I'm not too sure if they're changing his rear wing. Not too sure what's going on there because there's no actual damage. Must have been a big hit for him to end up in pit lane. We see Pelagian also coming in pits. James Delaney, that's for position 2. So David Borg moving up into P10. Okay, it's Foster 3. Looking for the battles, it looks like it's Baker and Mannix closest battle on track at the moment. See the gap to Bismarck still about 3-4 seconds, but if these two keep racing against each other, they're just Mannix has just cooked the rears once again coming out of turn 2. Looks like Bismarck's going to move up to the back of Mannix any second now. He keeps lighting up the rears like that. If Delaney's back on track, yeah, he's back on track with the rear wing, so that's cost him valuable time there as he's moved all the way back down into P10, and he's already been lapped. So Ross Licciardi just receiving a penalty, maybe for a pit lane infringement, not too sure there. We'll have to check with him in a post-race interview. Got Daniel Apadasano on screen. We'll go to the leader, Trent Grubel, as he takes us around lap 15, 16. Right on board with him to see how he gets the job done. He's pretty much dominated the whole race. We can see how easy it is to make a mistake around here under heavy deep braking. Quite demanding on the level 3, being a clockwise circuit. As Trent brings us into turn 11, turn 12 and up to the last corner of Main Straight. To go back to the battle between Baker and Mannix, as they're still together. Mannix ahead on this one, and Baker's just ready to pounce any second. You can see Baker in the rear vision mirror there. These guys are really chewing up the rears as they're trying to get the gas early, trying to get the drive out. Really get him on the brakes into turn 11. Nathan seems to have settled it all down as he took that quite smoothly. As they come up to the last lap. Doesn't look like Bismarck's going to move up to the back of these two unless they tangle each other and allow Bismarck to get past. It looks like it's Foster comfortable, lapping a couple of drivers in P3, Bradley Martin P4, Nathan and David still at it, so they go into T3. See Trent Grabel just crossing the finish line. Congratulations, Trent Grabel, quite demanding performance there. Daniel Opadasano taking P2. Thomas Foster coming in P3. Got a couple of lap drivers there. David Borg in the cool drive entry. But it's Foster taking P3. Bradley Martin rounding out the last corner now to take P4. Good effort from him. That's a good couple of results for him. That'll see him start up the front. And we've got another battle, and they come together. It's still a drag race to the finish line. Looks like Mannix is going to get it, but Baker's trying to make it. It looks like Mannix has managed to hold in front of Baker, and Visma right behind in P7. James Delaney, unfortunately, cost him dearly. So in the end, it's Trent Grabel, David Opadasano, Thomas Foster, Bradley Martin, Nathan Mannix P5, David Baker, as we saw there, in P6, Anthony Visma P7, James Delaney P8, David Borg P9, Eric Kalajian in the top 10. P11 was Bryce Royal. Russell Licciardi finished in P12, Troy Cieslawski P13, and Hillel Caesar in P14. Okay, so we're just going to set the grid for the third and final race. It's double the length this time, 34 laps, so definitely we're going to see pit strategies come into play. Alright, so we'll be back after these messages. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Oi! Oi! It's free. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for the third and final race of the evening, 34 laps. Just going to put them into race now.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the
Drivers
grid
have
now.
30 or 40 seconds to set up their car and join the grid. Hopefully we don't get as much carnage as what we did in that last race. We don't usually do restarts, but there was too many in that race. Too many incidences to check, so that'll be with the stewards over the next couple of days as we sort the grid. Okay, so for the final race on, starting from pole will be Daniel Pisano. Second will be Trent Gravel. Then we've got James Delaney and Thomas Foster. This is current points of this round as well. So Bradley Martin starting on P5, Nathan Mannix P6, David Baker P7, Halil in P8 with his DNF, David Borg P9, Oscar Ciardi P10, the Boost Mobile, Ulrich Kalajian P11, Anthony Bismarck P12, and Bryce Roll and Troy Cieslawski rounding out 13 and 14. Right, these guys really need to take it easy on the first lap. They've been told before, but it's always good to remind them again. So guys can just concentrate in warming up the tyres, brake checking, warming up the brakes. The more the brakes heat up, the more the tyres heat up as well. So we see Daniel Pisano's leading the pack quite quickly, so he's in a rush to get to the start finish line. So we can see now he's weaving left to right. Get the tyre wall all heated up, ready for the start of the race. Up now. Okay, last guy's just gritting up at the back of the race. Third race of the night. 34 laps. And we're off. Daniel getting a good run ahead of Trank Rebel and James Delaney straight on the back of Opedasano as they go into P1. You can see Martin just clipping the wall, Pelagian and Bisma getting together towards the back there. They all get through relatively clean. Foster's up into P3, that's a good job from him. Just needs to keep Rebel behind him. P8 Licciardi just behind Bradley Martin in the Aces Mustang. See Baker trying to get up the middle, but it is a long race. They need to take it easy, just settle in. Opedasano and Delaney stretching away there, and here comes Rebel and Caesar. So this will be the battle of the night, I'd say, the top 5, 6. Nathan Mannix just behind Foster there. Steve Baker just moving up into P8 at the moment as he passes Licciardi in the Boost Mobile Mustang. Bradley Martin trying to get up inside of Mannix, but he doesn't get the job done. We'll have to wait for the next lap. Back there is David Ford with Aracalagian once again. They find themselves together. Bryce Riley in the Mustang and Troy Cieslawski. Anthony Bisma still struggling at the back of the field there. Starting to spread out a little bit at the front. Maybe they're just looking after their tyres, making sure they last halfway. I'd say it's only one pit stop for this race. Little Caesar's definitely posting the fastest sectors at the moment, trying to get on the back of these guys. So we'll just bring up his sector times as he's getting up the back of the top 4. Opedasano top of the time sheets with the 111.892. I'm sure it's Halil that's going to post a 110.767. I do apologise, that was Trent Rebel with that fastest time there. You can see him hunting down the guys in front. Ron Ford with Trent Rebel looking at the back of James Delaney and Daniel Opedasano in P1 and 2. You can see Hillel in the rear vision mirror as well. So these three guys really throwing the cars around to get as close to the wall as possible, maximising their exit to the heavy braking zone in the T11. Tight, low gear turn, right hand turn. Easy to get it lost there as they try and get the power on. It's too tight for these V8s. They like to light up the rears. And Bell close up to the back of Delaney. Halil a little bit, but I'm sure he'll just buy his time and choose when he'll get on the back of this lot, because he knows these three are battling each other, pushing their tyre wear even further than him. So he's just going to conserve at the moment and then push it at the right time. Be interesting to see who undercuts or tries the undercut for this race. Track positions everything with this tight Townsville circuit. So it's quite a bumpy circuit as well with the curbs and the road surface. So it's important to keep the power down nice and smoothly. Someone's smoking up back there, looks like Bell got a bit of engine damage. Not too sure what's happened there. Smoke seems to have cleared, so it could have been just a temporary issue, maybe a guard rubbing on the rear tyre. Further back we've got Mannix leading a group of three, a typical trio of Mannix, Martin and... Oh, that's a nice view. Looks like the back of Troy Czeslowski, but it looks like he's retired for the evening. Mannix, Martin and Baker all battling out for P6. We've got Licciardi and Bismuth down the back here, trying to tap into the top 10 as they're in currently in P12 and 13. He's running a bit wide there, that's going to be quite awkward to get back on the power. He's pulling away ever so slightly. He's run wide, hit the wall, and almost getting up the back there. Like he's going to get it on the inside, but Licciardi will probably protect going into the last turn, 13. Oh, he's running a bit wide, but Bismar's going to get the better run and take the position. See if Licciardi holds to the back of Bisma. But Bisma's been showing a bit of pace tonight. Early on, qualifying in P4. So it's a bit unusual to see him down the back here. We'll go back up the front. It's still Optisano, Delaney and then Gravel, Halil Caesar and Foster for your top 5. We saw just Delaney running wide there, allowing Gravel to come up next to him. He's got the inside line on the King, and he'll probably get it deep into the braking zone. He manages to hold P2. Gravel make it up the inside. Will he make it stick, pushing Delaney wide? Oh, they get together, they're both in the wall. Delaney's taken a while to get back on the circuit. While Gravel stretches out into P3. I'll have to check that with the commissaires later on. Not too sure who was at fault there. So Delaney falls back into P5, almost in this group of Baker, Mannix and Martin. Looks like Martin just slipped up for a second there, and here comes Baker trying to get up inside. It's important to get a nice smooth run out here if you want to get top speed down the end of the straight. You see Halil moving up into P2, so he's gone from P5 to P4 to P2. Will he start chasing Optisano in the lead? There's a 3.29 second gap that he's got to build, but we've got Trent Gravel close behind as well, so we'll see how that goes. Alex and Martin side by side, and Baker. Looks like Martin's dropped off a bit. Maybe had an issue into turn 1. Looks like Mannix just locked it up into the inside track limits there. The officials. These guys have been together all night, so these guys have probably swapped positions a couple more times throughout the night. They battle for P7 at the moment, P6. Okay, so we'll just quickly show you the current championship standings as they are. So Opposano leading the championship on 87 points, but Halil Caesar only 3 points behind on 84 points. Gavalash could be with us tonight, probably lose his 3rd position in the championship, and Baker and Mannix very close behind, so quite back there. Bradley Martin currently in P6 in the championship on 41 points. Secluna he's missed out a few rounds now. He's still P7. Together with Bismarck, Foster and Rubel. Okay, so we've got Opposano still out front with a 2.6 second lead over Halil Caesar, Trank Rubel and Thomas Foster in P4. It's only the 10th lap, we're a third of the way through. Like we've got the 2 Boost Mobiles together on track as Opposano catches the back of Ross Licciardi. Quite a busy main straight at the moment. We've got David Borg in the foreground locking up into turn 1. Antonio Opposano getting past his cousin Ross Licciardi in the Boost Mobile. David Borg further up in currently in P12. Just ahead of Ross Licciardi. Oh, and he's hit the gutter and he's had a major off. Let's hope he doesn't come back on the track, which unfortunately he does. It'll take a while for him to get on the grass, but the other guys have made it through quite cleanly. It's Trent Rebell in P3. Currently watching, you can see Halil Caesar in the Cooler Mass entry. Slightly closing now on Opposano, who's up 0.4 of a second to the current leader now. See Bryce Roller coming in for his first set of rubber. See Halil really pushing now, gap within 1.7 seconds. Done well to hold it there, definitely in a controlled power slide there. that little carrot he's got to chase down. Halil's very good at setting fastest lap of the race. Daniel and Halil have been solid all year long. It's definitely a horse race at the moment in the championship. Coming into T3, the tight right-hander, exit. Really got to control it over that left hand, sacrifice it for the exit here. Turn 6, coming into turn 7. And a fast turn 8 out towards the wall. Get back on the gas and let it roll out. Take this kink early, there's a huge bump there. Don't sell the car, but they break under the 100. Coming into turn 11 and turn 12, you can see Daniel just got a bit loose there, giving a bit more time to Halil. So he takes us into lap 14 with a 1.7 gap. Trent Grabel closing in as well, further 3 seconds behind. Go back to Baker and Maddox, who are definitely still glued at the hip. But it's Baker out front at the moment. Foster's come in for his pit stop on lap 14. That's quite early. Expecting him to come around 16, 17. So maybe he's going to make this second set last as he's dropping down. But he's got another 20 laps to gain the position. Bryce Royal and Brad Martin. Bryce Royal's not racing for position here. And he's just let Martin go in the Aces Mustang. Looks like Bryce is overshooting all the corners. So if Brad just keeps his head down and do his thing, he should pull away quite soon. We're back up with Baker and Mannix, P4 and 5. Getting very close to that wall. You can see the dust coming up, and we're allowing Mannix to get right up close behind. Battling there, looks like Bisman's moved up into the top 10 at the moment. He's chasing down Aracle Agent, as you can see there in the Penrite holder. Just slightly taking off. That looks like Caesar's coming into the pits. He's just changed his rubber, so he's out. We'll see if Thomas Foster's moved up. Close behind him on the exit. Looking back at the final turn, all we can see is Baker and Mannix. Thomas Foster currently in P8, so he's definitely got to make those tyres work for him towards the end of the race. As he Foster takes the last corner right about now. Bit of a lock up there from Baker as he's trying to defend Mannix right on his tail. See Mannix up on the inside, but I think he's overshot it and he's straight in the wall there. He's given the position back to Baker. We see Foster on a fly. He's absolutely lighting up the screens, all purple sectors at the moment. really pushing hard. He's got the fastest lap of the race with a 1:10.71. He's coming up to the back of Martin now. Looks like Baker's coming to the pits, so I'm not too sure what Mannix is doing. Mannix is still out on track, so he's trying to get a clean run. But he's caught the back of Aracalagian that's just coming out of the pits on fresh tyres. You can see they're still cold as he can't get the power down. And lurking behind, close behind is Foster. He's just taken Brad Martin for P7 as he takes turn 3. Baker makes it back out on track, sitting right behind Daniel Opedasano, who is yet to pit. And Ross Licciardi cops another pit lane penalty, I assume. We can see Pricewell stuck on the fence there. Sure, he's got to sit there and wait for the pack to come past. Like he struggled to get the car going again, but he's back on. A bit unfortunate for Bryce because he was doing quite well today, but he's moved back down to P13. Just lost the position in that incident there. We see Caesar still in P4 on new tyres as well. The leaders still haven't pitted yet. Opedasano with a 10-second lead over Delaney. Delaney's really moving up on Trent Rebel in P2. We can see the gap there with Brad Martin in the middle. Just checking to see if Martin's pitted. Looks like Bradley Martin's pitted, and that's why he's in the middle there. Licciardi getting another penalty, so he's struggling to serve those penalties there, or that could be the same penalty not served yet. These guys have 3 laps to serve. Okay, so in comes Opedasano in for his tyres. Bit of a rough drive into the pit lane there. If you're not on the main road, the grass is quite rough. You can lose a bit of space. We can see Trent Rebel going through there to take the lead. And Delaney's in the pits as well. So he's both going to pit right on lap 20. A bit later than what I thought, to be honest. I thought they'd be in it a bit earlier. It looks like they're making the tyres stretch. Okay, we're watching Trent Rebel in the Racecentre livery. Nice chrome and matte black. He's got Bradley Martin coming up behind him as well. So Trent currently in the lead at the moment with a 4-second gap, but he's now pitting for his set. And we'll see where Opedasano is in relation to Rebel. So he's coming in at turns 11 and 12, and he's got a little Caesar right behind him. So that early pit stop for Caesar's really helped him gain a few positions on Opposano, as we can see the gap there, and Bismarck close behind as well. Bismarck now in P9 at the moment. Caesar doing his best to close up on Opposano, really push, but towards the end we'll see whether Caesar's tyres will hold out to the end of the race. Looks like Daniel's tyres are still warming up, so Halil's setting purple sectors at the moment. Once again, you can see that little carrot dangling in front as we ride on board. These two are the current leaders of the championship as well, so I think on this round with Halil's DNF in the second race, it's going to really hurt him. I think Daniel's going to stretch his lead after this round. So Daniel's responding quickly with a 1:10.320. We saw Halil get the fastest first sector, but dropping off towards the end of the race. Nice cool drive, Cooler Masters livery there on the Ford Mustang for Halil Caesar. Halil's sponsored by Cooler Masters, so he's doing his brand very proud. He's currently in P2 on the third race, 34 lapper. We're 22 laps in, so not long to go now, but it's going to be all about where they can push and where they can sacrifice tyres to gain for the lead. Just quickly look at the overall results at the moment. Top of the Sano, Caesar, Delaney, Gravel, Foster, Baker, Mannix, Martin, Bismarck and Kalajian back in the top 10. See David Falk trying to get out of the way of Opposano as he's been waved blue flags from the marshals. Does well to give way. Now he's got Halil right behind him as well. Delaney up into P3. Delaney and Grubel scrapping it out for P3. James is quite smooth there, looks like he's quite wide, but track opens up for him. Turn 3. Trent really using all of the track there, using the wall and turning in early. Turn 3 using the curves. Really got to use the curves here as well as weight transfer. It's hard to keep the power down. Line, try to exit the and be able to get on the gas and straight this up again. Good scrap for the P3 at the moment. looks like Mannix and Martin are close together. Baker just going through the foreground there, so we can these three are still relatively close to each other. But looks like Baker's got the better of them at the moment. So I've got David Borg up in P11. He's fighting hard to chase his mate Ara Kalajan in P10. Just sure what the gap is there. It's about 20 seconds, so with about 9 laps to go, he needs to push very hard. You can see Bryce Royal in the foreground there. Russell Licciardi in the Boost Mobile Mustang. Looks like Mannix is pulling in Baker at the moment and bringing Martin with him. So this scrap towards the end will be quite tight, and whoever leads between them will win the night between themselves for P4 or 5, I think. So this will be an interesting battle. Mid-pack. You can see Martin moving up tight there on the final corner. Back up front, it's Daniel Blasson in the Boost Mobile hold for Team Sydney. We can see Hillel slightly dropping off the back there, 2.5 seconds behind. We'll just see where Delaney's at there, taking the last corner, and he's got Gribel right behind him. So take David Ford. Again, we're going in the slipstream, trying to get Delaney under brakes. It looks like Trent's just looking after his tyres, saving them for the last few laps. As his braking population is quite smooth there. That's only half a second, but we can visually see that's pretty close and anything can happen. As you see Bryce Royal locking up into turn 11, getting in the grass a bit, making these guys nervous. We've got Delaney and Rebel trying to overtake smoothly. You can see how costly a back marking across the race. As Royal outbrakes himself. But Delaney's quite an experienced campaigner. Probably predicted that happening, and here comes Bryce Royal. Taking Trent Gribel out, the P3 of the race. He's outbraked himself, and Trent Gribel has to get it in reverse quickly and take off. That's cost him a bit of time for Delaney. Fortunately, he gets past Visma quite cleanly. He's got Foster close behind, so the gap there now closing, but I'm sure Gribel will stretch it and try and get on the back of Delaney, who's now comfortably out in P3 with a 5-second gap. That cost Gribel dearly, getting caught up with the back marker, outbraking himself on old tyres. Out front we can see Opedisano on the back of Mannix and Martin. Something's happened to Baker and he's dropped back down to P8. We can see him in the background, but Martin and Mannix are at it. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Mannix definitely still in the same position, and Martin's gained 2 and Baker's lost 2. So the guys will be getting blue flags at the moment. Got to let the leaders through as Daniel gets up nice and easy. Looks like Halil's dropping off a bit now. It's a 5-second gap. So Daniel definitely making those tyres work for him out in front as he stretches the gap to 5.5 seconds. Ahead of Caesar in P2. Let's see if Delaney's catching. And there he is in the background, you can see. So yes, definitely Delaney's catching Caesar with only 4 laps to go. I don't want that battle, I want Halil and Delaney. You see Baker get the blue flag for Halil in P2. The gap between Opedisano and Halil stretching out to 6.3 seconds. So it's a matter of Halil just protecting P2 from Delaney, who's coming up quickly behind. We see Delaney really pushing hard there, the first sector. Fastest of the night by 2/100ths of a second. 2/10ths, I should say. Gap now is only 1.8 seconds between the two. This will go to the end if Baker doesn't yield the blue flag for Halil. See Baker moving over now for Halil, letting him pass. He should look in his mirrors because he's got Delaney up behind him as well, wanting to catch Caesar, who's dropped the gap down to 1 second now. James did pit earlier, so he should be running out of tyres before Halil, but I'm not too sure if Caesar went to hards for the second stint. So we can see the gap just slightly stretching out a bit now. It's gone back out to 1.5 seconds. It's only 2 laps to go, so James needs to really pick it up and push. Baker struggling back there in P8. If you guys want to join us for the race next week, you can always hit us up on Facebook or give us a call. We'll set you up, get you listed, choose a car and join in. The setups are fixed, so don't worry about setting up the car. It's all the same for everybody. You can just change whatever tyre and fuel you want for the race, and your brake bias as well. So a few tweaks to help you stay on track and be quick, but it all comes down to your driving. So hopefully we can get a few more drivers in as we see Delaney closing right up to the back of Halil there. Halil's getting loose, coming out of the last turn there. Like I was saying, you can join us. More than welcome to join us. We race and try and follow the main season, but due to the new track changes or the season changing, we're going to continue on to the end of the year. We're not going to end on the final race at Bathurst. Halil really struggling, just getting loose there, and he's just handed P2 to Delaney as Khalil locked up, tried to accelerate out of the situation, but he's just got it loose, and Delaney's happily just taken that position nice and easy. There's only 2 laps to go now, so the gap back to up to Obasano's 9 seconds. See where Gravel is. I don't think he's going to be catching P3 anytime soon with only 2 laps to go. So out the front, it's Obasano taking us around for the final lap of the race. Very commanding race for Obasano out front. Pretty much led most of the from green to checkered, so he's done a fantastic job. No one's really threatened him other than Halil catching him after the second stint, but unfortunately Halil's tyres have got the better of him as he's slipped back into P3. Delaney is closing, but there's not enough laps in the race to really worry about it as Obasano takes us out at T8, T9 and into the heavy braking zone into turn 11 and 12. 2 corners to go of the race. It's Daniel Obasano with an 8.5 second lead. Fantastic drive all night as he likes to get it loose. Showing off to the fans. Takes a checkered flag. Congratulations. Not far behind him, to be honest, is James Delaney in P2. Khalil taking the 3rd step of the podium. And Trent Gravel unfortunately getting caught up in that back marker. Has to cross the line in P4. Nice consistent. We haven't seen him much of the race, but he's been quite consistent up in the top 5 all night. Thomas Foster in the Milwaukee sponsored entry, just trying to get past Bryce Royal there in the Monster Energy car. He's going to cross the line and take P5. Nathan Mannix gets the better of Brad Martin for Ace's Ford Mustang. Mannix is going to take the line in P6. With only 4 corners to go. Brad Martin further back. We see a flying front bumper somewhere. It looks like he's already finished the race, so there's your leaderboard for 3rd race of the night. Daniel Obasano, James Delaney, Halil Caesar, Trent Gravel, Thomas Foster in P5, Nathan Mannix P6, Bradley Martin, David Baker, Anthony Visman rounding out the top 10, Oracle Agent in P10. P11 was David Borg, P12 Bryce Royal, Ross Licciardi and Troy Cieslawski for the Ned Ford Mustang. Thanks again for joining us. If you want to be on track for the next one, please contact us on Facebook or send us an email to info@racecentre.com, and we'll see you next round. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.